fear. Currency flowing, surfing the waves. Super alpha, omega leading the way. Enigma bot whispering all through the night. Making moves and everything's tight. Charts on my canvas, I paint it with trades. Candlesticks dance as the profits cascade. Bears and bulls, they come and they go. But I hold my ground, watch your capital grow. Risk and reward, it's all in the game. Algo box guiding, no need for fame. Late nights grinding, I stay in the zone. Counting blessings as I claim the throne. On the track now we trading way up. Takes like we never give up. Algo box coming, showing the way. Money flowing in from night to day. On the track now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. On the track now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. RSI rising, melodies on point. Enigma bot whispers, I'm on the brink. Scalping quick, I'm catching the highs. Swinging it slow as the value flies. Algo bot flashing numbers align. Leverage high, but I stay in my prime. Candles don't lie, the story they tell. Building my wealth, I see orders flow. Flow master guiding every move I make. I'm riding these waves, watching prices break. Super moon golden, markets in sync. Patience pays, every step's precise. Algorithm flowing, my trades suffice. Ticks in my pocket, the game's been won. Trading till the setting of the sun. On the track now we trading way up. Ticks like we never give up. Algo box coming, showing the way. Money flowing in from night to day. On the track now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. On the track now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. Fibonacci tracing, watching it fall. Retracing is clear, I answer the call. Confluence hits, I stay in my lane. Algo box whispers, we play the game. Flow master showing me where to go. No fear inside, I'm moving with flow. Rolling through bands, squeezing so tight. Everything I do, it feels so right. On the track now we trading way up. Ticks like we never give up. Algo box coming, showing the way. Money flowing in from night to day. On the track now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. On the track now we trading way up. 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 Late nights counting profits, stack up. Now we trading way up. Algo box leading it back up.
Algo box showing trades. Every single day, scammers hiding in their holes, wasting your energy away. They're trying to hustle, trying to make a quick buck, but they're just snakes in the grass and you're out of luck. They'll promise you the world, but it's all a facade. They'll take your hard-earned cash and leave you feeling robbed. They'll talk a big game with their words so smooth, but behind the scenes it's all a twisted groove. They prey on the innocent, they don't care who they hurt. They'll sell your dreams while they're laughing in the dirt. Take advantage of your trust and leave you with disbelief. But it's time to stand up and expose their deceit. Trading triumph, I'm the ruler of the trade. Without the box by my side, no mistake can be made. Wrecking scammers with my live streams every day. Taking on the market, I'm here to stay.
Welcome aboard, everyone. What exactly is ALGO, and why do our traders absolutely love it? Michael Oathroom. Alrighty then, don't forget trading is risky and all that business. Let's get to it. It's Monday. We've got Mentorship Monday. So what does that mean? Well, we usually get a lot of people joining us over the weekends. Welcome aboard to all of the new folks. And we're going to walk through and talk through some of the basics. Let's refresh the trade tracker page up here. We've got our tide wave visualizer. Going to get a refresh on that as well. And let's take a peek for sure. The wave here this morning is down. Let's take a peek at the tide. Tide up, wave down. What does that mean here? So looking at our two channel colors there this morning, we've got tide up, wave down. That means we've got shorts and longs engaged here this morning. We've got the full auto system already rocking and rolling. If you missed Friday's live stream, go back and watch that one. I'll walk through the settings and how to set up the full auto up there across 6 instruments. We've got it across the Nerd, NASDAQ, ES, RTY, and the Dow, plus 2 more, crude oil and gold, running on full auto. Their targets here this morning, kind of think of my bots as my employees. And you know, like every good employee, you'll put the employee maybe around the cash register, but you're not going to leave them unattended. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to just give them full reign on everything because they're sitting on the front desk. You know what I'm saying? So while we trust but verify in our system, so we've got that locked in there, and I've got my target set to 1150 there in the ALGO Box Trade Command Center. Prop Firm Smart Risk Console. It's a mouthful, but we try to put in the title exactly what it does so it's easier for you, because I want you to get rolling sooner rather than later. I'm not here to waste your time. We want you to get up and rolling as quickly as possible, and some things just need to be clear rather than be murky. I try to be as clear as possible, and I am as straightforward as you can get. Let's see, we had a nice Enigma down there for, let's see what the drop size is there, 137 ticks on Enigma 1 earlier there at 8:30. So generally on a Monday we might have some 8:30 news. And speaking of news, let's get through our checklist. Don't forget, you got 2 days left on our summer sale up there, and the Apex discount, they're still extending that 90% off at Apex using our code, and really appreciate you guys using that. It helps out our tech support team, and hopefully we get to a point where enough people are using our code where they'll let us do some giveaways too, but we haven't quite reach that threshold. So if you guys will use our code when you're getting those Apex accounts, that would really help us out so that we can maybe do some of those fun giveaways here on a live stream. Let's see, it sounds like my NinjaTrader sound is off. That is one of the items on my checklist. Let's get that checklist out here and make sure we cover them here this morning. Data feeds, hardware. Let's check a couple of things. Let's make sure our real-time protection didn't get turned back on over the weekend and things of that sort. To make sure, if you are in Windows, this is a big one right here. Turn off your real-time protection if you are going to be playing the trading game. Just like any other video game online, or if you're playing local, you want to make sure that you're not getting any of those stutters. You need some crisp, clean frames so you can click some heads, right? So let's get those turned off. Let's make sure we've got the rest of our checklist going here. Day of the week, it is Monday, which also means we need to go into our premium members chat and grab our optimizations for the week. Here we go. So we post these in the public chat as well. So if you are new with us or going through the 2-week free trial, you'll have access to this right here. We do this for you. You do not have to run your own optimizations unless you just want to. We are running the optimizer here, and we've got the ranges here set for us. Now, the one that I like to pay attention to here, I'm going to be trading this one, discretionary / cyborg. I call it cyborg because it's human plus machine. I'll be working on the plays to click the buttons myself, but I will also engage semi-auto for turning on or off a local bot there for the NASDAQ, along with the 6 instruments that we just mentioned earlier that are going to be running autonomously with their target being $1,000 on the day. Then I'm going to see what I can put away as well. So this is my primary thing that I need here from this right there. See that number 41? That tells me the range that I'm going to be putting this on. We don't use time charts here. I have a video out there called Time Charts Are Useless. Time charts are where every good trader goes to die. Dun dun dun. Not too dramatic there, but you know, look, 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days or less. That's the 90-90-90 rule. And most of them are using time charts. Just stop. Let's stop using it's literally 2026, folks. Stop using time charts. You're missing out what's going on inside of those time bars, and you're missing valuable information. Algo bars plus range bars are going to be the best combination, in my opinion. I've been doing this for way too long. I'm too old for this. Just kidding. Nobody's too old for this. It's easy to click the buttons. Right, Whiskers? Whiskers is like, yeah, bro. Yes, sir. Knocking it out every day with us. Let's go. 41. I don't think that's the one. What do we need? We needed... Actually, it is 41. Is that the same from last week? Hold on. Double check that. 120, 40. 21, 35, 36. Okay, no, that is actually accurate. That's a rare bird. We don't have oftentimes the same ranges week over week. Very interesting. So currently we're anticipating the same type of week as last week here. Interesting. All right, 41 range it is, locked in on NQ. Save workspace at the beginning of the week there. So we've got that locked in. So unless something dramatic occurs, which sometimes it happens, especially these days where you just need to wait for Trump to get on the microphone for something to occur lately. We might have some crazy market moving event, and if that does occur, then we will re-optimize during the middle of the week. But most of the time, we just need to set that optimization at the beginning of the week, lock it in, and that's going to feed the rest of our charts and information and details for our discretionary and cyborg trading. I'll be using these buttons up here for my cyborg trading. Now, this is the standard gold version of the Enigma bot panel, not to be confused with the beast mode platinum edition right here. So if you've got the platinum edition, that's this guy right here. You can unlock that at the end of your lease to own right now if you get in on that summer sale. Now, once that summer sale is done, that platinum is going back to platinum members only. So just want to make that note. If you are thinking about getting involved, make sure you probably want to do it before, otherwise, you know, I think this is okay. It's great, but having the option to be able to do full filtering, MacVU, fiddle zone filters, Enigma power, neutral on or off, MacV, directional bias, supermoon filtering, and super AO for the entries right here, those entry buttons here. You've got Enigma and super AO on full auto in the platinum edition for the dream panel. All right, so if you have any questions on that, of course, you can also get a call with us there on our website. There's a number there at the bottom, or you can schedule a call. Either way you'd like to do that. Let's see, so we've got that locked in. Let's get to the rest of our checklist. News. Let's go ahead and make sure we've got the news going. We like to use Financial Juice, and I like the audio feature, so they'll be chatting it through there as that comes on. There we go.
3%.
We might have news here in a couple minutes. 9 o'clock coming up here in 2 minutes. At 9:30, have the U.S. market open. So about 32 minutes from the U.S. open here. It is Monday the 10th. All right, August 10th. Let's down the list. Wow, it's a clear morning. Okay, so it's going to be text only there this morning, which is exciting. But that also means we're probably going to have one of those Trump-a-dumps somewhere in there, with the surprise landing of a tweet or a surprise announcement or whatever, because it tends to be that when there are no scheduled financial news events, recently our experience has told us that all of a sudden some kind of market moving event will come through, someone's speech or response to something, and we'll get those. We'll still get them usually there at 10 o'clock. Ironically, I still think while things seem to be organic to folks, the world is a stage. Have y'all figured that out yet? If you're bored here this morning, which you probably are because you're having to listen to me, do me a favor, type "the world is a stage." The world is a stage. Copy paste that into your own notes. Just remind yourself that the world is a giant stage.
Federal
Right?
funds rate
And play accordingly. Play accordingly. Yeah. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Plutonium. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, George. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Tori. I see you guys there. Let me get this chats here on the screen as well. I need to have that on my checklist to turn the chat on in the morning. I probably should add that. But this checklist is for everybody, not just for me. Let's see. For the live stream, though, let's get that super chat on. All right, there we go. FOMC, not today. Holidays, I don't think we have any holidays this week. Earnings, nothing to be concerned with there till the afternoon. Gears, no. VIX is up. VIX up, ticks up. Contract dates, I do notice I don't have my audio box. And I believe that is, it's my NinjaTrader sound, so let me get that on as well here. All right, I'm gonna hit the test button on that. There we go. Yep. Got it on there. And MACV Ultimate is running. Speedometer telling us currently too slow. And audio box, P&L cadence. We're good on that. Distractions. I think we're clear. Good morning. Good morning. 9:01.
According to the information, Microsoft's homegrown AI chip effort shows signs of life after a slow start.
I thought he said hand grown. Did anybody else hear him say hand grown, or was that just me?
Alpha Omega up NQ.
Maybe. Did he say hand grown chips? I mean, I don't know. Am I just hungry? Is that my stomach talking there? Hand grown chips.
Microsoft plans to unveil its next generation Maya 300 AI chip in September. And Microsoft to significantly raise AI chip production.
So Microsoft is in the chip building business these days? Where have I been? Is that a thing? Hold on. I need to Google that. Microsoft has been designing its own custom in-house silicone for about 7 years. Okay. 2019, under projects like Athena, before publicly unveiling its first chips, the Azure
The article from the information
100 AI accelerator and Cobalt 100 CPU. November 2023. Internal development R&D on custom AI hardware. Behind closed doors. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. Oh, and he's a virologist. Just trust me, bro. Take this shot. Maybe we can reduce the population by... Oh, I mean, help the population with good vibes and good times. Take this shot. It's free. I mean, we make you pay for water, electricity, air...
So furthermore from the article and the information, Microsoft
energy, but
TSMC,
this shot, just trust me, bro, it's safe and effective. Does exactly what we want it to. I mean, what you want it to. Ha ha ha.
Spike 0.7%.
Just trust me, bro. Take this jab. Oh, get a booster. You get a booster, you get a booster. How about you? Would you like one too? You look like you're maybe 4 or 5 years old. You need a booster too. Homegrown, not hand grown. Got you. Well, they're internals. Not hand grown, homegrown. So, is that a thing now? So, are chips grown? Do you water them? Do they need some sunlight to grow? Interesting. Sounds like their process of printing meat for you too. And by printing, we mean letting cancerous cells grow and then feeding them to you. Sounds amazing. Thanks, Doc. How many years did you spend in medical school? Well, my name's Billy Gates, and while I didn't spend any time in med school, but, you know, I made viruses and then gave the solution for them too. Ha ha ha. In your CPU. So I'm definitely qualified to tell you what to do while we're trying to eliminate you. I mean, I didn't say that soft part out loud, did I?
Double delta.
Mind not the man behind the curtain. It's 9:05. Wow, interesting. The bots have not taken a single trade yet. We turned them on about 15 minutes ago, so it must be a slow morning here. 9:05. No trades. We've got 25 minutes to the US Open. Oh, my apologies. I still got the checklist here covering up part of the screen here. Let's go get it going. If you type !checklist in the Discord chat, you can get a copy of that checklist for yourself. You'll need to make sure that you have your pilot's checklist before you get flying in the markets soon. Plutonium. Indeed, indeed. Let's see. Let's talk about some fun stuff here. So, people are asking about the member portal. We talked about it on Friday. Member portal is on the way. Our team is working on it. We ran into a few snafus getting through, but it's a beautiful thing. Have you guys seen the new portal that you'll have access to? Pretty cool. Let me pull the screenshot version here so I don't have to blur out. I'm on the trial side. So trial side will look like this. So if you are coming online, we'll get things organized for you. Let me pull this down a little bit. So there we go. So if you're logged in there, you'll have your day 1 through 8 getting through boot camp there. Now, mind you, currently on the website, it's free. So if you're coming in right now, under the sound of my voice, as of today's date, there are a few more days until we get this all back behind the client portal, where this will be we'll have paid trial. We're going to have paid membership. So get it while it's free. It's there on the website right now. And now here's the thing. I know what it is. It's since it's free, you have no value to it, right? Not gonna take the time, but all of a sudden you paid for something and it's, has more value. So, well, you can wait until it's a paid for, or you can go and grab them for free right now on the website. Go click on training at the top of the website there, and you can go through the boot camp for free. Otherwise, you'll need to get inside here, which is really cool. We got a 3-panel dashboard over here. It's going to be exciting. Got your trade tracker access over here on the left. Tidewave visualizer. It's going to have a little pop out there for you, floating, where you can move it around and be able to track Tidewave visualizer as well. So we've got it locked in here this morning. If you have been following along, this means that longs and shorts are both engaged here this morning. That is kind of one of the first steps in our order of operations. We want to check out the high time frames and the 2 time frames. We've got a side channel up, we've got the wave channel down, and we're ready to go to town. Let's see what else.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Oh, we might be having some cool reporting features, some super reporting features. Apparently people want to pay for reporting features according to some of our buddies, and we might just go ahead and code in some reporting features over here. We'll just click on, I don't know, deep dive reporting, performance reporting over here on the left. Click on that, and we'll get your stats from your trading and put them in a nice graphical format. And we'll see what you guys, see if you guys like that. We'll just get that together for you. Today's lessons, installations, install ALGO box, all that kind of fun stuff. So that's coming. The member portal side will also be set up in there. So instead of using Discord to go to the training sections there, you'll have those inside of your own portal. And when we are going live again, we won't be live out here on YouTube, but we will be live inside of our own custom portal area. So you'll be able to watch me just like you are here. However, it won't be free on YouTube. So all of the free floaters and the trolls, we don't have to deal with the trolls and all the people that kind of are just the tire kickers or, you know, just dropping by. Won't have any of that. Yeah, it looks cool. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's going to be awesome. I wanted it to feel like you're sitting in the space shuttle cockpit, but it's not quite as fake as space. But it's the real deal. It's the real deal. No green screens, blue screens, and harnesses necessary.
Kazakhstan's oil and gas condensate output was up 40% on August 9th from July 31st.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Okay, coming into a shark back here. We are red side. I think I'm going to take a slap at this. This is going to be my first trade here. Shark back, stop above. I'm going to go ahead and add a hard stop up here right above the shark back, and it's right there on 29851. Going to toe in right here as they've kind of started to pull the inverted Swiffer here, which usually means we're going to need a triple crown before we go down. However, in case she just drops real quick, I'm going to grab my first bag here, I think, and looking for a 35 tick target approximately there on trade number 1. What's our time? 9:11. Front of the Enigma, I'm sorry, front of the shark there for target 1. We'll see if there's any left in it for any runners. We are currently moderate sell. We have red on the nerd. However, we don't have the arrow. The arrow is currently green here, so I may be bailing early on this. Let's see if we're going to be adding to any position. I did hear sellers start to step right there. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can add to position with any extra ticks. No. Got a cipher target down there. Tom, you got an Enigma there as well? Very nice, very nice.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
All right, and we'll close it out right there. First trade of the morning, shark back off the rails. Shark back for $612. Flip it for trade number 1. Speaking of trade number 1, so it's Mentorship Monday. I have forgotten I need to be walking you guys through this a little bit more here. So this is my mental guide here for my 5 trades. I like to play all of this like a video game here. So here is what I've got in my dashboard cockpit here. I've got my buttons over on the left and right, and one of those is here are the trades that I'm going to be taking here this morning. Max. However, what I really want to see, the ideal, this is the absolute ideal right here. Winner chicken dinner plus a bonus. This is the absolute ideal, and then I'm done for the day here. I don't have to take all 5 trades. This is to guide you to not take more than 5 trades, to remind yourself, don't overtrade, don't overstay your welcome. You should be able to put chicken dinner on the table. Winner chicken dinner. That's the whole 2 trade concept there for the winners. 2 winners should be enough to put chicken dinner on the table. So you need to make enough within 2 trades. If you look at that number and at the end it's not enough to pay for chicken dinner for you and your family, then your size, in my opinion, is too small. Make sense? So that's the way that I think you should gauge it. Whether you're starting or brand new, these are some guidelines. It's sort of like your own personal insurance policy, standard operating procedure for approaching the markets, which is a risky game. And I think that you need to be risk forward first. But remember, there are 2 forces that guide the markets. What are they? Fear and greed. Okay, fear and greed. Have a healthy, respectful fear of the markets, being fearful that, hey, it can strip you of your hard-earned capital, but putting your hard-earned capital on the line, putting that risk on, you can get paid for your risk as well. Make sense?
LNQ on the 5.
Beautimus. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Titus. Good morning, Adrian. Thanks for saying hello. Thank you, Tom. Good morning, Bagger. Good morning, Douglas. Titanic Zone as well. Yes, it's a good point. Man, I'm sleepy here this morning. That's right. He is also noting the Titanic Zone. Do you see the TZ? Type in the chat if you see the TZ here before I give it away and walk it through myself. Do you see the TZ? If you see it, type TZ. If you don't, type a number 2 in the chat. So, or if you're, need to do the quick and dirty, 1 if you see it, 2 if you don't. And 2 if you're new, of course. It's all good. We'll see how many new folks are hanging out here with us there this morning. I know it's early on a Monday morning. Still 15 minutes to the U.S. Open. We haven't even gotten to the U.S. Open yet, and we're already up $612 on a toe-in-the-water trade. So I should have mentioned that earlier. Some people ask, what is the TIW at the beginning? Obviously, they're kind of, quarter, I can understand, quarter position, half position, full plus, and a bonus, but what is TIW? TIW, what does that stand for? Type it there in the chat if you know. What is TIW? Might be tricky. But my point to ask you is not actually to trick you, but is to lock it in your brain, because when you are asked a question, especially when you miss it or you don't know, you tend to remember them the second time. That's right, toe in the water. I see a lot of folks getting it there in the chat. Toe in the water. All right, just putting a little toe in the water. All right, so if you hear me say, okay, I'm going to toe in the water here, it just means my smallest position there that I'm comfortable with. I'm like, okay, look, I don't know if this is going to go or not, but hey, I'm gonna drop a toe in the water there. So smallest position there on trade number 1. And we got a nice little target 1, and we did get some travel through on that position as well, probably because of that Titanic zone there. We'll go ahead and walk that through. So the total opportunity there was 87 ticks. I wanted to grab, again, toe in the water, first trade of the morning, and I'm looking for a target 1. Now, I could have been semi-confident to hold through on target 2 because we had the nerd with us, but at the time, we did not have the arrow yet. The arrow came after. We were green side on the arrow right about there when I was entering into that position. So that red arrow over here didn't come till after I was already engaging in the position. So I didn't have both of those with me. So I was still kind of thinking target 1. And then I did try to add as that red came there, but it just seemed a little I would have ended up adding down here, and it did pop back up there, and I could have really played that a bit more aggressive, but it's a first trade of the morning. You don't have to be perfect to be profitable. There were multiple crosses here where we could have added, so toe in the water, add, targets filled. Okay, so the ideal here, if that was $612 and we had added here, that's going to be approximately, it would have been about double on that. 1200 we add right here all the way for the drop, probably about a $2,000 to $2,500 difference there, adding and then exiting on the opposing signal. So exiting on opposing signal is the concept that I teach in here for your runner opportunities. The first 2 targets come from the size of the bar. So we're here on the 5s. This is the ALGO bar 5s. We kind of teach this to you through our trainings. Again, you're not going to get absolutely everything in the boot camp. We do cover all topics in the entire documentation suite. And then if you want to go deep dive on any specific set of topics, there are 111 videos for the deep dives inside of the premium members, and you don't have access to that unless you are a premium member. And again, that's the type of stuff that will be there on the client portal for members. And also, of course, being able to participate in our live stream events. They will not be here live streamed on YouTube. At least that's the current plan for those to be streamed internally. And then we will be posting walkthroughs and result-oriented videos here on YouTube. So you will be able to kind of see us and do our teachings and trainings afterwards. And that will be our new style. We'll do live streams there in the morning. Then I will do kind of a review video of the day. We'll talk about my results. We'll talk about my hard trades, my best trades, my worst trades, tips and tricks. And then we'll also kind of showcase some of the results from our members as well. Thank you guys for those of you guys who participate there in our public chat. Make sure if you are going to be posting your P&L, it's really helpful for folks to get the entire performance report itself, so they, everybody can kind of see the ups and downs. Today is the 10th. Let's pull mine up here so far. Are the bots still working? Yep, bots are still working. They've got some positions open. They're currently hovering around plus 300, $330 there so far. But yeah, pull up your trade performance report and learn how to set up the set it up so that you set it by trades, so that you can kind of see the full ebb and flow of your performance report for the day. If you want to check out some of those, you can go into the posted results section on the left hand side of Discord. If you guys are posting in public, it does help us. We do have our moderators and the guys who are working with us in the crew help us out and post into the posted results section. However, if you want to save us a step, it'd be awesome if you also put it in the posted results section as well. But yeah, thank you guys for those of you guys who are posting the entire P&Ls, even if you're having a red day. Not my day. Found myself watching or stalking. Tomorrow's another day. Awesome, Brian. Thanks for posting as well. Looking at your trade performance over time. There's Don crushing almost 25K high watermark, ending the day around 20K on side-to-side Enigma. AB2s, L2. Very nice. Oh, I think it's a little bit skewed here for you guys. Let me pull that back down here. There we go. Very nice. Thank you, Don, for including the details as well, especially when you are running on full auto. Very cool stuff. Also, full stats there. I like the... so this is insightful. We've kind of told you guys before, as you're going through the deep dives on the trainings, to look at the time of day. See right down here, knowing what time of day that your system works the best. And this is, I mean, why I kind of just run there in the morning. And, we could go through, the end of the day too, or you could be like me and kind of only let the system run during the morning time when it's, hitting and clicking. But, yeah, if you find a strategy that works better in an afternoon type of thing as well, you can adjust that and take advantage of the entire day. It's up to you. But I kind of think of the markets as getting in the ring with Mike Tyson, and you don't want to stay in there too long. You stay in there in the ring with Mike Tyson, he gets you one pop and he can hit you pretty hard and knock you out, right? He's the KO champion. So be very careful when you're getting in the ring with Mike Tyson. I like to think of like, okay, I'm hopping in there and I'm gonna fight Mike Tyson. I'm getting paid for the clown show. People want to see somebody go in the ring and be like, oh yeah, dude, go in there. Yeah, let Mike Tyson pop you in the face. Okay. Are you going to pay me? Yeah, man, we'll pay you to go in there. Okay. So, walk in the ring, but listen, we are not Mike Tyson. Okay. We are trying to anticipate when Mike Tyson's going to throw his blow, and we need to dodge the punch and then give him a rib punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you get paid per punch. Make sense? Falling back asleep watching RTY is so slow. Yeah. So this morning, I bet it is. Even NQ is slow. So RTY is going to be even more slow, right? Hey, let me ask you something. What is your lowest time frame reaction? Tell us, what's the lowest algo bar size you've got on RTY? I'm hoping for right now, you're down on the ones, right? Now, today, this level slow would be a day to gear shift to the ones, right? We went through a lot of that on Friday. If you guys missed Friday's video, definitely check that one out. I think it's an important video to walk through. People had been asking about the targeting for RTY, and we went into that, and I kind of told you, like, it's still quantitative here. We just go, what's the bar size, and the bar size will be determined. We'll just like the instrument itself. You're like, well, but the instrument is slower, right? So you adjust to the bar size where the speed is right. And remember, the bar size is also determining your targets. It doesn't change, right? That's what's so awesome about our system, is it stays consistent. You will have a consistent way to approach the markets. Doesn't matter what kind, doesn't matter what type, doesn't matter what market it is. If it is moving and guided by fear and greed, and the players that play the markets are running it, our system will determine it, show it to you, and give you the cheat for the markets with beautiful plays like this one. Super AO to the long side. Right there for that opportunity was 113 tick opportunity off of that Super AO. That's a super power AO because it also was a blue color instead of just green red. If it goes blue, that means it's an even more powerful push opportunity. Makes sense. You're on the ones, and it's still too slow even on the ones. Yeah, but that is as low as you can go, right? And sometimes it is, and you know, sometimes there's not a play. People ask, well, hey, what do I do? Oh, well, this is happening right now. What do I do? Don't be a cloud player. Okay, so I talk about the cloud players. Be careful of being a cloud player. One of those, you know, listen, it's fun to go outside, look in the clouds, and try to see what you see. But is that Homer Simpson in the clouds? Hey, did you see that dragon right there? And your buddy's over there like, I don't see that, man. I don't see that. Oh no, but I can see it. Okay, well, it's nice. But like when there's something that, can you see the sun? Everybody sees the sun, right? Can you see the moon? Oh, everybody can see the moon. Okay. Sometimes the stars, sometimes you can't see the stars. Like, depends on how much, you know, light noise and other things in your area that might be interfering. So one person might be able to see it depending on where you're at, what your perspective is. But I teach you the things that are obvious, okay? When there's a super AO, after ready DD, we know what to do. People are like, hey, what do I do if I see a this and a that and a that, and then we do a this? What do I do then? You do not always have a thing to do. Sometimes it's just nothing. Remember that sometimes it's just a cloud, okay? You don't have to find a Homer Simpson in it. You don't have to find, you know, Puff the Magic Dragon. Sometimes it's just a cloud, so just wait till it rains. Grab a bucket. Make sense? Wait, and sometimes you gotta wait till it's raining. You can't make it rain, okay? But when it starts raining, grab a bucket. All right.
Harmonic NQ on the 7.
Okay, we've got about 3 minutes till the U.S. Open. Now, when the U.S. Open happens, if you're new to the markets, you should. I mean, most people here who find us, they're, you know, we don't tend to, you know, go to the absolute brand new trader. Oftentimes, we find the seasoned veterans who are coming to our system here, but the US Open is wild. Most people already kind of know that. And generally, like, we can sit on hands for the first 5 minutes and not take any trades. Or if something absolutely perfect shows up, I don't have a hard set rule. It is a standard operating procedure, and SOPs allow you the opportunity and the freedom to step, but know that you're stepping outside of standard operating procedures. And when you do, you have increased your risk potential. However, if you're going to take that risk, it better also have a pay. You know, that reward needs to pay for that risk. All right. Good morning, Whiskers. Great to see you, sir. Good morning, Marton. Good morning, Tom. That's right, Carter. Should be on the ones if you're on RTY right now. Super slow. We've got valid speed now on the 5, so things are starting to pick up here right before the U.S. Open. We've got about 1 minute now until the U.S. Open. So I could sit on hands for the first 5 minutes. We could also use some full auto action over here if I wanted. With the amount of speed that's happening here this morning and with Enigma Cadence, I think I actually want to turn that on. I'm going to go ahead and arm long, arm short, and I'm going to go semi-auto for the next play. 5-1, and let's set an ATM for this. We're gonna go on bigger, 2030 25S, something slightly larger than that.
Ten seconds.
Alpha Omega down modified 7%.
All right.
Open imbalance. S&P 500 sell side.
And let's do
Nasdaq 100 sell side 27 million. Dow 30 sell side.
quantity of
32
3.
million.
All right, here comes the wild child open there. I've got the next Enigma will automatically take a position there. But I will personally sit on hands here for the first 5 minutes unless something absolutely perfect shows up. Then I might take a swipe, but it's generally going to be pretty quick. And there's the open line. There is a little section here that I kind of want to avoid. I'm going to remind myself by putting a little brick around it so I can see it.
Shares rise 1.8% to
The open line also, in my opinion, spells nope. If you put the in at the beginning from the word open, it spells nope.
New AI model.
And I would prefer to not take a trade there right around that open line. A lot of different hands playing the pot right there, and sometimes some of the best plays just kind of get borked, or you have to take a way bigger stop on them. It's
Intel
just,
shares fall
I still think it's worth it.
4% after the company announces $50
We can get-
million share sale.
we can get great
Microsoft
plays
shares
with less
1.4%
risk
after the report.
away from the open
Plans to
line.
unveil its next generation Maya 300 AI chip in September.
NQ on the 7. Divergence down NQ on the 41. Alpha Omega down.
It's so weird that like these AI chips have become these superstars. Like, when are they coming? Ooh, when's the new AI coming? And they give them names. It's very odd to me. Is it odd to you guys that they seem like we're just treating them like like rock stars, being like, when's the next chip coming?
See any minute.
Okay, we got a DCR right here. Going to be an important zone. I'm going to mark it right here.
Russia.
That is a DCR so far there. This is going to be an important zone. Now it's right near the open line. Let's see what we do. I'm going to be watching for some jagged on the tape there with a move like that. No, I don't see no jagged on the tape yet. 9:32, still got 3 minutes to just relax. We know the first 5 minutes is going to be a little bit wild. Good morning, Dak. CPI and PPI Wednesday and Thursday this week. Thank you for that reminder, Brian.
NQ on the 7.
Oh, power headshot short here. Currently neutral on the nerd.
NQ on the 5.
That shifts into red, and we get a red arrow. We can engage. Remember, under this zone here, going to be important to pop underneath that. We need red and red to be able to get short on that. Currently, longs and shorts are viable plays here. Looking at the tide and the wave, giving us both longs and shorts for the first step of our process of going, are longs and are shorts valid here this morning? Currently,
On the 5.
the answer is yes. Both longs and shorts, tide and wave, are on. In a scenario where both red or both green, that tells you already know what button to be pressing, right? Here this morning, it really will be determined by the nerd plus the arrow. That simple, 2 steps. And then I'm looking for plays to go in the direction
Underperform from hold.
of the nerd and the arrow for the best plays for target 2 and plus runner scenarios.
NQ on the 7.
Okay, interesting. Whoa. Okay. The zone has been fully established here, ladies and gents. I'm just going to extend this
Harmonic NQ on
here. Here we go. I'm hearing sellers start to step through. We are neutral.
NQ on the 7.
We've got a green. Let's see if we pierce through that. Starting to hear some aggressive sellers there.
Divergence up NQ.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab this first one here. Target's filled. Added about $200. I forgot I got my... I'll go ahead and turn off the bots here. I'm going to take over. So target's filled on that little scalp there. Forgot we had already had that set in there.
Double delta N
But yeah, you can start to hear the sellers aggressively come through after that little zone there. Now we're fully on the red side, looking for a red to engage here. I'm going to toe in the water here.
Fib.NQ on the 7.
Okay, got a dot at the top of the channel, adding to position.
Meta shares climbed 2.1% to the highest level in 2 weeks.
Okay, I'm going to pull half at 35. And now I'm going to hold to the opposing signal. There it is, locking it in. Pretty easy play there, getting us up to 3K on the morning. Trade 2 and 3. There we go. All right, now we're going to look for, I'm going to look for a bonus play here now this morning. Pretty easy pickings there this morning. Nice little add-on on the dot at the top of the channel. And hearing sellers coming all the way through. Nerd shifted red. Red arrow came in over on the nerd plus the arrow. Pretty easy plays here this morning. Cakewalk here so far. It's 9:35 plus 30 seconds. So we are 5 minutes past the US Open. So trades are ready to rock and roll. Got a 5.8 power headshot long right there. Not ready to step on that. Currently neutral on the nerd. We'll see if we get a higher time frame play opportunity first.
Alpha Omega down NQ on
Looking for the high time frame play. Like we're pumping back towards that zone. Let's see if we get one. Good morning, Manny.
Divergence down NQ on the 9. Enigma long on the NQ target already reached. Closing new position on the 9.
Profit target already reached. Okay, the bots hit their targets. Wow, hey, they got some slippage in their favor there. I'm up 1,300 on the bots. So bots, remember I said this morning, I was trying to lock in at that 1,150. I really want $1,000, but I do 1,150 to take into account commissions and slippage so that I'm locking in over $1,000 here this morning. But with the slippage on the close, it must have been in their direction as that quick move there, and it locked in, and we got our auto profit triggered right there. The little message, auto take profit has been triggered. Congrats. Beautiful stuff there, and locked in. High watermark 1375, closed out after commissions and slippage 1301.16 for the employees. Let's give them a hand clap. You can find the hand clap emoji. We'll give them a little way to go. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, speaking of very nice, look at that. That's a beauty. It's a beauty. It's good stuff right there. We're not going to over celebrate because I still haven't taken my bonus play yet. I should have grabbed that one, but hey, it's Mentorship Monday. I want to make sure that I am giving you guys my
LNG export flows hit
Monday attention to teaching and training. 180 tick opportunity off of that 12.5 there, and thank goodness you don't have to be perfect to be profitable. And I know that the system's going to give me plays all day, anytime that I can come over here and sit down, press the buttons. So but yeah, if you are new with us, if you got questions, pop them there in the chat. Adrian asked about my ATM. Can you be specific what you're asking? That ATM strategy on the 5s for next Enigma on the bot is what you wanted, or I don't understand the question on that. What I wanted? I don't know what you're asking, Adrian. I'm sorry, but is it what I wanted? What do I want? What do I want? I don't really have a want. I don't care. I don't care. I take whatever the market's going to give me, so I don't really have a want. I'm just here to play. I'm here to play well. So choosing that ATM, did I choose well? I mean, I don't know what the question is, man. Don't sweat the pennies.
Enigma long on the NQ4.
Let's see. Are you asking, was I trying to set for an Enigma? I was, but there was no Enigma that showed up. You had Enigma bot panel with the bigger ATM on. Yeah, I did. And like, yes. And there was no Enigma that showed up within the first 5 minutes, and then I took over, so I turned the bot off so that it wouldn't interfere with my plays. Is that what you're asking?
Double delta NQ on the
Power headshot short.
divergence of NQ on the 41. Alpha Omega NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega NQ on the 7. Alpha Omega NQ on the 7.
If I'm talking through that, I guess, I mean, if you're asking kind of my thoughts on why did I engage it, well, the speed of the market there this morning, I was anticipating that there might have been an enigma there this morning, so I was going to go ahead and let it get it, so I wouldn't miss it when the speed came through. But the first 5 minutes there was no enigmas, and then things slowed up enough for me to kind of take over, so I just took over and did it myself.
Double delta NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Along on the NQ4.
So not quite a shark back. It didn't quite. It was in the shark there, but the shark back precision entry is back there. So I wouldn't fault you if you kind of toe in the water there. I do tend to do that. I will toe in the water there as I get a shift inside of the shark, and then if it pops up to the back line, I will add to that position there, because again, those sharks are so powerful, especially when you have the nerd with you. One of my favorite plays, if I see a shark back, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna take it every single time, but almost every time. There are some that I'm gonna take every time, like a double ready DD right next to each other. You guys know I say EST, right? Every single time, if I get a double ready DD right next to each other, but a shark back is almost as every single time as a double ready DD.
NQ on the 41. Alpha Omega NQ on the 7.
Okay, interesting. Power headshot off of the P point there. Red dot, also the previous low of day. Well, I mean, not previous day, but I mean, it was low of day right there. It broke it. Hit the P point. Nice pop up here off of that 111. So the Bulls have not quite given up. I mean, even on a play like that, Bulls just immediately step in there off of that power headshot.
Harmonic NQ on the 7. NQ on the 9. Divergence down NQ on the 9. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 41.
Up into another shark back, but I'm hearing buyers all over the tape. Again, like I said, if I'm hearing buyers like this one, like I'm not going to take that every single time. I'm hearing buyers like popcorn. I've got a shark back coming on the higher time frame play now, so I do want to try to get a shot here. Wow, went straight down. Okay, did not get an opportunity to play that. That one hit the shark back on the higher time frame, and beautiful 50 tick play opportunity right there. Would have been a nice bonus one there to round out the morning. Woulda, shoulda, couldas. Tide and wave are red now. Oh, thank you for that update. All right, folks, so here's what we do. So simple. Boom. Tide and wave. Red and red. Yes? Okay, so got no business taking anything to the long side right now, right?
DCDM NQ on the 5. Enigma short on the RTY2. Enigma long on the NQ on the 7.
Let's see. All right, so still hunting for my bonus here. Nice enigma to the long side, but right now tide and wave both red. So the shift there was, here is the tide that is now shifted
NQ on the 7.
red on our channel. Okay, so this auto channel regulator here for us inside of our system automatically changes colors for you. So red, and the wave that we locked in there this morning, also red. Now we're at the top of the channel for the wave, so a big play opportunity is coming here. We have a big play opportunity. Let's see, might be a 100 tick play opportunity coming any moment now. We're into the ropes on the 89 as well. See if we can get a juicy play coming in here. Coming into that no play zone here. This is the, oh no, that's up here. No, actually this is the play zone right here. Let's see if they're going to get back into it. I told you guys it was going to be important there this morning. We had several of those multi-crosses show up in that zone, which is why I marked it. Beautiful. There's a super AO in it. I'm going to toe in the water on it.
Delta shift NQ on the 5.
Delta shift as well. Going to Seuss entry. There we go on a dot. Got a fib dot after a delta shift, so that makes it a super dot. It's also in that zone. There's a ready DD. I'm in a half position here. Stop above the ready DDs up top there if it doesn't go well. Okay, there's my opposing signal. I'm going to go ahead and pull half, and we'll close the rest at 70 ticks. Very nice. Grabbed a 70 tick play setup off of that. Multi exits on the way down. Beautiful play. Remember, we identified the zone, so you knew, get ready. We're in the zone. What did I get? Super AO, then a super dot on top of it. If you get it, type me a 1 if you're having fun. 2 if you're new. Type me a 3 if you're still just here to troll me so we can send you out the door. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Targets filled. That'll lock in our bonus. It's been green across the boards there. 4,600 for the morning for the bonus as well. The bots did their job, so the employees got 1,300 locking in plus 4,600. Let's look at the stat. This is what I encourage our members to post in our chat, is to go ahead and show the performance report. So if you set this to trades, you'll see the trade numbers going across here, across the bottom, so that you can see intraday, the ebb and flow. If you have this set to the normal day, it's just going to show you a big green blob, a block. That's not nearly as fun, but set it to trades. If you go into the filters there, set it to trades, you'll be able to see your progress throughout the session as well. Around 5,700 there, rounding out. If I press refresh on that on summary, there we go. So we'll get the full stats if you're a stats nerd. Good stuff to see. 80% profitable. Let's look at the profit factor. It's also important. 4.2. That means winners were 4.2 times the size of losers. So 4 times the size of the losers. Also, max drawdown, another one of those trifectas. In my opinion, I don't think that anybody asking for one stat is ever appropriate. People come in and ask all the time, what's the win rate? That's only one stat. Ask for multiple stats. If you're a smart guy, can I get 3 stats that tell me more information, details? And I think that it should be profit factor, percent profitable, and max drawdown. Personal opinion, I walk it all through in my detailed mentorship program there, why I think that is important. And you should too, but there's great debate amongst all kinds of people. Some people like to look at the Sartino ratio and have all kinds of reasons for other stats, and you got your reasons, but at the end of the day, you don't have to be perfect to be profitable. You need to not over curve fit your analysis, and you need to be able to play the game, go into the game with kind of an arsenal of play capabilities. You don't want to go in and be a one-trick pony guy. You don't want to come in and have just one trick. You need to have multiple play opportunities in your arsenal, and go to the trading war to win, my friend. Yeah? Everybody had a good time? All right, we're at an hour there. We still have a few minutes till 10 a.m. I'm going to take a quick break here, and then we'll come back. We're going to go through some teachings and trainings as well. We'll see if we have any bonus plays. There's no 10 a.m. news here today. Normally at 10 a.m. we're going to have news. We're coming up into prior close. Got a super AO. Be careful of that. I'm hearing popcorn come in on the tape, and we just went neutral. here on the nerd. So don't slap at that like we normally would just immediately. Be careful in this play area here. The nope area is also up above us. A lot of hands want to push this up above that line so they can be positive on the day for the bulls. And you know, in a bull market, don't discount those bulls. But however, for now, it is red and red on the tide and the wave. I'm going to get a coffee refill here real quick, and we'll be right back. We're going to talk through, if you're brand new with us, I'm going to give you a few strategies that you might want to try out first. I'm also going to pull up the nerd
Enigma short on the YM2.
workspace, the multi time frame, multi confluence, and multiple instrument window. If you want to just practice and start playing with it, turn it on, let it run for a minute without having to know the deep dive stuff, we've got a workspace already set up for you that's going to show you the NASDAQ ES-RTY and the Dow all set up with full auto Enigma that you can kind of play with there, and we'll kind of show you how you might want to do that here when I get right back here. So give me just a minute to take a quick pause and a refill here, and smash that like button if you haven't done so already. And thanks for hanging out here this morning. If you guys can post your P&L, I think it would be good. Let me know if you are red or green on the day. Tell us about your favorite trade there in the chat, and I'll be right back.
Alpha Omega NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega CDM and Alpha Omega on the 7 on the 9. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 41. Harmonic NQ on the 9. Harmonic NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 5.
I crave a touch, a Bollinger Band touch. Looking left for signals, I need them so much. Price expiration, no manipulation.
Enigma long on the NQ4.
Middle, resist the temptation.
Full touch high.
Curves, my histogram bumps. At the market open, price
Enigma short on the NQ7.
respect the system, cause Vinny wrote the algorithm. Justice
Fib dot NQ on the 7. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5. Two big NQ on the 41. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 7. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 9.
You're a rolling stone, but I'm a cannonball. You're not fooling me, not fooling anyone. Got your head in a clouds, you're delusional. In the notion of all this emotional. Let's be sure.
Harmonic NQ on the 7. on the 9. Divergence of NQ on the 41. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5. NQ on the 7. Double Delta NQ on the 9. Harmonic NQ on the 9 on the 7. Omega NQ on the 5. Enigma long on the NQ4.
Stone, but I'm a cannonball.
on the 7. Pip.NQ on the 41.
The yen extends decline, erasing half of intervention gains.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Treasuries fall, erasing Friday's gains as oil prices
Alpha
mount.
Omega down NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 9.
All right. Ooh, double D. Oh, wow. Is that a DCR? Got a super DCR right underneath our primary zone we drew up this morning.
Double Delta NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega NQ on the 7. Divergence up NQ on the 9. Pip.NQ on the 7. Pip.NQ on the 7. Pip.NQ on the 41. Pip.NQ on the 7. Pip.NQ on the 741. Pip.NQ on the 7.
Alrighty then. Let's see.
Pip.NQ on the 7. Pip.NQ on the 7.
Oh, Bray, you got in. Fantastic.
41.
Hey, Neo, if you'll send Bray, so you've got a ticket open there with him. If you'll also send him a link to our live stream,
Double NQ on the 5.
we'll make sure he's in here as well. He was joined recently, and he was having some issues getting in Discord. Looks like he's in there, and Neo getting them all set up. That's awesome.
Alpha Omega NQ on the 9. Pip.NQ on the 7. Two finger NQ on the 41.
According to TASM News, Pakistan's foreign minister discussed the Mecca agreement with Iran's foreign minister Rakchi.
Alpha Omega NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Pip.NQ on the 7. Pip.NQ on the 41. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
Okay.
Harmonic NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 7. Divergence down NQ on the 41. Delta ship NQ on the 5.
Just reading from the Telegram bit, there's nothing from that post on TASM other than that they had a discussion about the Mecca agreement.
Divergence down NQ on the 9.
Did he say they're having discussions on the Mecca agreement?
It does note that the two ministers that they had particular focus on the evolving situation in the region and efforts to promote peace and stability.
So one of those plays that you guys have already seen probably a few times here this morning is called the Super AO. And if you're wondering like, what is he talking about? So the Super AO, I think, is an important strategy for you. One of those I feel like is very easy, very obvious on the chart to see, very powerful, multi-confluence, and going to guarantee you that there's activity there on the tape. Like, its full purpose is to make sure you know we've got something special. There's one right there, Super AO right there. There she goes, turning down, right? So hold to the opposing signal there, hold to the opposing signal. That's 66 ticks right there off of a Super AO. So you can probably tell what it is. You may not need to go through the training, but there is deep dive training on that. If you are looking for a topic, you can come up here into the top right. And if you hear me say something about a strategy that you haven't heard of before, so I can type in like Super AO, looks like this. And now I get a list here. I'll click on Super Alpha Omega. You didn't know what it was called there, aka the Super AO. So Super AO, we have a visual. Sometimes a picture's worth 1,000 words. Do I really need to say anything more about a play like that? So this is what it looks like if you have just a setup on your charts. Obviously we have other things. Again, people ask all the time, well, can't I just clear all that other stuff off of my screen? Can I get it out of my way? I want a clean chart. I don't understand the obsession with clean charts. You know, in your car, if I said, hey, I get in your car and your dashboard's got so many buttons and stuff on it, can we just like, can I just paint over all of that? You don't need all those extra bells and whistles or anything, right? You don't want your windshield wipers, you don't need any of the lights or anything to turn on, and you know, all this extra stuff. I mean, do you really need it if you just need to get from point A to point B? You know, well, it's all there for when you need it, right? Everything is there that you need, nothing that you don't. However, yes, you need to start to study with, okay, give me just the piece to understand what is it, but then understand how you use it along with everything else as well. You know, do I really need the parking brake? I really don't use the parking brake that much. You probably want it there when you need it. All right. Gonna park on a hill or something, you're gonna want to use that type of stuff. Shark back, shark tail strategy, also another one of those that you saw here this morning. I think another one that you should really learn. Shark back by itself, if it has a cross event or a dot event back behind it, we call it a shark tail. But the shark back play, you saw me take a couple of those there this morning. One of those super powerful plays that I think are really awesome to have is what it looks like with a shark tail. If it has the shark plus a dot scenario or plus a cross that you saw in the previous example. Here is a short side one there. We actually had a couple of short sharks there this morning. Shark back, again, the ideal entry location is going to be that back line right there on the shark back, hence the shark back. That's the precision entry location. And it also has a very tiny stop with it. If an event shows up right back behind it, you can add to that position. We're looking to engage the front part of the shark for target 1. And then a runner can hold to an opposing signal if you have the tide and the wave telling you the direction. If we are red, then you might be able to hold to an opposing signal. Or if you have the nerd plus the arrow, we can hold to an opposing signal. Otherwise, be happy by grabbing a bag. Target 1. Live on target 1 and target 2. I think you should make a living on target 1 and target 2. Everything else is bonus. My humble opinion. Now you can do you. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just here to teach you the way that I approach the markets. And if you want to, you can glean from my information either way. Whether you agree with what I do or you disagree with it, I think you can learn with it either way. You can actually learn from people what not to do. I have personally in my career over many different things learned a lot of what not to do. I've worked with a lot of silly devs and a lot of silly project managers over time and learned a lot of what to do and a lot of what not to do. You know what I'm saying? We have seen quite a lot. Well, the way that our documentation is laid out, you will have text, you'll have images, and then down below, you oftentimes have 3 different versions of training. You have a quick, straight forward to the point. Let's add one more here. I'm going to duplicate this, and we're going to go to, let's say like a very core strategy like the headshot. There were several headshots. I called those out this morning as well. I don't think I labeled them this morning. However, oh no, we don't have a... We don't have one of those. We'll have to talk to Khaled and see where we're at on creating we need a real quick short version of one of those. Let's play one of these here real quick. Let's do, I don't think we've seen Super AO in a while here on live stream. So let's walk through this one here this morning together, and then we'll talk through that as well. Been a good morning here so far. Again, we may still have some play setups here around 10:30. So we are kind of in this 10:10 to 10:30 zone where I like to kind of also say, hey, this is a good time to go take a walk, take a stretch. Like right now, the 10:10 to 10:30 area, we get this new exchange of hands here, sort of like after the open. Now we're waiting for the next event type of scenario. After the news kind of plays out, like watch out, let the hands kind of settle in, and we'll have some new play opportunities starting in there around 10:30 or so. Okay, so let's go ahead, and while we're doing that, let's play in on the Super AO. I think we're going to back out a step. Hey Khaled, hey buddy. Hey, I just wanted to, when you get a minute, if you can follow up with me. I think there are still several. Looks like Super AO doesn't have one. I thought you had done one for us with a headshot, but apparently not. Or maybe I'm mistaken. If we do have one already, if you wouldn't mind sending that over. I think maybe Zed possibly has not updated the documentation section with it, possibly. Anyway, I just wanted to check up. We'll follow up on a few of these here. Beginning of the week, looks like that's not there. But that's okay. Let's go to, we'll go ahead and play this out. Let's go full screen on this and walk through. Let me pause the sound here on the audio box. Sounds like we are getting a lot of activity right here, but be careful. Oh, see, we are in that nopen area, right? This is the nope.
Turning positive.
We've got the nope right here happening as we speak. Okay. I don't want to play here when we come into that open line. Perfect time for us to, let's not be tempted into a play here as this is coming into that open line. And let me get a full screen here, and let's play through and learn the Super AO together. Make sure we understand this very important play, in my opinion.
What if you could easily spot high confluence trading setups? Let's explore the Super Alpha Omega strategy concept within the ALGO system. The Super Alpha Omega strategy integrates two pivotal components: the Flowmaster trademark Alpha Omega crosses and the Double Delta Ready DD signal. The Double Delta Ready DD signal is a vertical text label indicating a potential shift in market momentum. It appears when two delta flags align, suggesting a possible upcoming move. The Flowmaster Alpha Omega cross plots colored crosses when price reaches prior auction zone highs or lows accompanied by significant algorithmic order flow activity. Bullish signals are shown as green or blue alphas, while bearish signals appear as red or pink omegas.
Whoops, just noticed a typo from our that's supposed to say strength. But yeah, we'll have to get this over to our awesome video edit team there. Yeah, just noticed we got a little typo there, broskies. All right, we'll get it fixed.
Each cross is accompanied by a power number, quantifying the strength of the market's buy or sell imbalance, where higher numbers may suggest stronger potential reversals. Here's a Super Alpha Omega in action. A green Ready DD label appears, indicating a potential shift in market momentum. Traders may pay further attention. A blue AO cross appears nearby, signaling strong buying activity with a high strength number. This sequence might reinforce the reversal bias. Traders might consider entering in the direction of the aligned signals. For targets, on ALGO 1s to 3s, smaller ATM targets are common. On ALGO 5S and range bars, aim for target 1 around 15 ticks, and scale for runners depending on momentum.
Okay, so in some of this, sometimes along the way, we need to adjust. Current market conditions are they're yielding us way more than that. This is just a baseline to tell you off of the AB 1s through 3s. Oftentimes target 1 and target 2 is going to be a quick 10 and 15 tick target there all the way down on the 1s. As you start to move up, you'll notice that those targets can be extended for target 1 and target 2. Oftentimes, even when I get to the 3s, we can oftentimes do like a 15-20 type of target 1, target 2, almost a 15-25 there on the 3s as you start to move up. Like right now, we're sitting here on the 5. So this isn't necessarily fully accurate here with, this was just accurate information at the time when he created this. However, we can go much larger than this, especially on NQ right now. We're on the 35 tick targets here for target 1, and target 2 is 50 here on the 5. So on the 8s, it's kind of one of those, it's stuff that needs to be updated on some of our video content like this, that either like our video team is really good at making cool videos, but trying to coordinate all that, sometimes we get some information that needs to be updated. However, we do have multiple videos of this in our documentation section. So oftentimes the follow-up video to these with the deep dive will go into more detail with the kind of, this is the generic, quick to the point type of style. However, we would like these to be a little more accurate and dynamic. But I don't know if you know, but it's hard to get video edits. Like editing videos is no small task. So, but we do need to update a few of those things when it comes to higher time frame information. And if you are keeping up with our live streams, though, we do talk to you guys about that stuff all the time. I just lost the video there. So yeah, for instance, if you came down here into a Mentorship Monday video where we're talking through this stuff, I will have probably enhanced, even like we're doing here this morning, more details on the information that's in the standard default, which again is really down here. When we are having to move up time frames, I don't want to say it's rare, especially not right now in the current market conditions, but I mean, this has been a year to just absolutely smash it, right? The market's been super volatile. Trump's on the microphone every single day. There's all kinds of unrest around the world and a lot of macroeconomic things that just give the day traders, this is like a day trader's dream with the amount of movement that we've had recently. So we get bigger play opportunities, but a base when the markets are normal, which we haven't been in, I mean, almost a year and a half plus at this point. Normal opportunities are going to give us target 1, target 2 to be 10 and 15, holding to in a runner. Again, a runner is up to the market at that moment in time. We can hold a runner sometimes 100 to 120, 20 to 150 plus ticks for runner plays, even on the lower time frames when the markets make their move. If you happen to be catching the moment where that play hits, we got target 1, target 2, hold to the opposing signal for the runner. That's the primary concepts of what we're doing there. Sorry, I keep hitting the escape button for my drawing tools, and it's shrinking that down. Let's go ahead and let it finish out here.
Risk management is crucial. Traders may place stops behind the alpha-omega cross to limit losses. To master this concept, practice the super alpha-omega strategy in NinjaTrader's market replay to gain confidence and refine your approach. Start your 2-week free trial today and enroll in the 8-session boot camp to experience the full ALGO box system in action. Be sure to subscribe and join our live sessions for ongoing strategy insights and real-time learning. See you in the next video.
All right, and some of that is changing. Right now, it is free, so go grab it while it's on me. But in the next few days, when we release the new client portal that we kind of showcased earlier, when that guy comes out here, and let's see, I can't show the full right section of this. This is the active live version of this, and we've got some super discounts if you come in with us during that launch event here. And so yeah, that's going to be over there on the right hand panel there, but super excited about getting that out there for everybody. My job is to make great traders. I love seeing the results from our members. I love watching you guys smash it, and I'm there to help. If you're not smashing it, if you need to, you need some assistance, we are there to help. If you did get the lifetime access, you do have multiple calls with me along the way. I generally like to tell you, you should probably schedule your calls with me during your 120-day events there every 40 days while you're in the program. That, all right, hey, so I've got through the first 40 days. Here's what I'm feeling. We'll have a conversation around what you have done around the first 40 days as we go into the second set of 40 days where you're going to be practicing quantity. I want you to take a ton of trades. I want you to swing at every play setup that's in your 4 or 5 strategy arsenal. Your first objective is to learn the system, get through that 40 days of training. I think it could be less. That first set of 40 days is very flexible on the person. It really depends on the person, how quickly you can attain information and choose your 4 or 5 strategies that you're like, I really like these 4 or 5. Awesome. During the middle 40 days, I want you to take every single one of those on a low time frame targeting target 1, target 2 on quantity in your middle 40 days. Then in the final 40 days, I want you to then focus in on holding to the opposing signals and filtering so that you get quality. So let's pull up our little diagram here on that, as well as talk about the ALGO Academy. I think it's important that if you are going through our training program, that you also quiz yourself along the way. I do think that that is the best way to lock in information, is to get quizzed on it. I'm not trying to trick you with it. I'm not trying to go, well, you know, trying to wag a finger at you like, how dare you not know the information on this. Get into the ALGO Academy. It's going to ask you 40 questions. We're not trying, I don't think that there's too many things that you absolutely, you know, need to know through everything. However, the things that are important, like you need to know what this is. Like, what is this? Can you identify this? Type it there in the chat. What is the name of this strategy? Can you guys type it there in the chat? What do we call that one right there? You should know what that is. Okay. And if you don't, time to go back and read, right? It's question number 1, one of our absolute basics of the basics. This one too. You should know. What's this one? Type this one there in the chat if you know what the name of this one is. You need to know. And today I'm actually not going to give you the answer. I actually want you to go, if you have not, if you're seeing this later on, I want you to go and learn what these are. What is this one right here? Very cool one right here. Okay. Now, you need to know what these are called. And when you see them show up on your chart, you need to know what to do. You need to know what's your target 1, what's your target 2. And again, I've already given you the answer for how to exit on a runner. We hold until an opposing signal. If I'm in on a green, I'm exiting on the next red that shows up. That's how you gauge. Well, how long do I know how long to hold? How far can it go? We have that answer. We are quantitative players. Okay. We are going to quantify our answers. We want specifics on how we enter and exit. If you like a system that's going to be very specific and not wishy-washy and a lot of gray area stuff, we go if then else. We start with this if then right here. If everything is red, tide and wave, then this tells me which plays are viable in the market right now. That's if then else statement number 1. If tide and wave, okay, cool, shorts only, got it. Then I'm going to look for if I have the nerd over here, red, since I'm already looking for red. If it's red, I'm ready to go, thumbs up. And then for my final, I want to have the arrow, my local arrow with me right now. Do we have a red arrow? No, we don't, right? So the best plays are not on. Now, I say the best plays. Can I take a play if I don't have all of that? Yes. What's my target? So simple. Target 1, okay? Be happy with just a bag. Be happy with a 35 tick bag. If you go back to my very first play there this morning, perfect example, toe in the water, 35 ticks. Grabbed it there. First play of the morning, was up $600 on my first play with a toe in the water. A bag is fine. There's nothing wrong with grabbing a bag, right? We can add and enhance to that. The better you get at the game, the more time you spend in market replay. There's a direct correlation in the amount of time you spend in market replay and the size of your P&L. If you want a bigger P&L, spend more time in market replay. Saturdays, we joke around here, but Saturdays are for market replay, okay? We're all busy during the week. We got family obligations, but set aside some time to put in some market replay time. It's good for you, good for your family too. When you're done, again, once you can trade with our system, you got the tools and the rules in your hands. What's to stop you? No one can take that away from you. No one can force you to take the next jab, right? Like next time they're like, no jab, no job. You can be like, how about neither? How about neither? I'll go press buttons and get my own dough, right? And then you can telemundo, tell the world the truth, and let the truth set you free. You know what I mean? I will give you a good one on this one. This is a DCR. Okay, I'm going to tell you what this one is. If you don't know what this is, it's okay. This is a DCR. This is emphasizing you need to have a zone previously identified. And then when a double cross happens in the edges of the zone, then we handle this as a DCR, not a DCDM. DCR stands for double cross reversal. DCDM stands for double cross double moves. But people ask, well, how do I know the difference? Remember, it depends on if it lands in a zone or not. If it's inside of a zone window, we're looking for the reversal. If it lands outside of a zone, we're looking for the continuation and the double move. Very simple, but these are important things that we ask you so that you can quiz yourself during the ALGO Academy. Now, as you answer those questions, if you're looking for the answers, there are the answers here on the left. Okay, so if you are a person like, listen, you just want to learn it. If you're a person, I'm not here to examine you and make sure you know, and we're going to go and double check and see what you did and what's your grade and all that kind of whatnot. I know that's stressful. Like, nobody wants to go back to school again. Okay, but at the same time, like, take the school. It's way more cool. All right, this is going to put, I can't guarantee you success. Okay, nothing can guarantee you success. However, I think that if you know these things, you'll see the results in your P&L. Get the answers. Sometimes you can study with the answers. I'm an answer sheet kind of guy. Give me the answers and I can lock it in. Okay, so go ahead. You want to skip ahead and you're an answers person, click right here. You'll see the details of the answers as well as you go along. Make sense? You know, we talk about stuff like what I think you need as a professional trader. Things like make sure you've got a steady power base. It's not just about keeping your computer on. You're like, oh, my power doesn't go out that often. Yeah, but you know how much it'll cost you if it does happen? You need this. Plus, this actually also stabilizes your power. A lot of people don't realize that you get these micro stutters on your computer right when you need your computer to work really well. I think Eddie Z does a really great job of making these videos around his hardware for his trading computer company, and he talks about those stutters. Those micro stutters will cost you hundreds if not thousands of dollars, and especially if you have an actual outage, that UPS is going to save your tail around those things. The hotkeys, don't negate these. Get this keyboard that I tell you to get. This is the Corsair K55. If you type !perfect mouse in the chat there, it'll pop out a nice little graphic there for you if you remember, if you forget what keyboard that we suggest. This gives you 6 hotkeys on the left. I rest my left hand right here on those hotkeys. I just sit here in a good gaming resting position where my keyboard is on the left. I've got my hotkeys on the left. I got my mouse on the right. I can split my mind also if I am going to be playing both sides, bull, bear. I like to think of bull on the left, bear on the right. I can right hand get into sells, left hand for getting into buys, and you can do that for entries and exits as well. Super handy to be able to split your mind to make things easier on yourself. You practice it a few times and you lock it in. It's not, you know, on the first day you're going to be a little awkward. It's like throwing a ball for the first time, you know, or trying to throw a ball with your left hand. You're like, ugh, this feels weird. Okay. It's a little awkward at first, but once you get it, I mean, there's no going back. Okay. Once you have these keys and your hand is resting well, where your thumb is sitting there right on the close button, that bottom left one, I recommend for sure have that as your exit key right there. Rest it there. Buys, sells, bids, asks. You're going to launch those up on the left. I've got little stickers on mine. You can put the stickers on or not. If you use the G300S, you get this really cool software layout that I think is second to none in the industry. I wish they would continue to make these, but Logitech stopped making them. So get them while you can. Oftentimes you're gonna have to get these off of eBay or a reseller, or there are resellers on Amazon, but this mouse used to be a nice, like about a $50 to $80 mouse, and now people are, you know, price gouging because they're hard to come by now. But this is the world's greatest mouse. I talk about this all the time. It has nothing. Look, it's not just a personal bias thing. I have analyzed many mice, bought hundreds of mice over my career. I'm also a avid gamer. I'm in Fortnite. I'm ranked number 2 in the world in a version called, in a mod called Toy Box. I'll show you that on the leaderboard. Let's go pop over here into the post box and hop into Toy Box, which I think is appropriate because, you know, we have ALGO box. So why not be top on the leaderboards on a game called the Toy Box? Am I right? There I am right there on Unite Eliminations board. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. A little attaboys. I'm number 2 in the world behind Funny Whistle. So I'm hot on the trail of Funny Whistle right about now at 113,000 eliminations in the Toy Box. That's me. Let's go. Toy Box leaderboard there in Postbox. Shout outs to Post. Mr. Post is a great game level map developer. And this is one of my cheats right here. See this mouse? That inner bevel, I don't know if you can just, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, that is I mean,
According to
she's a
my
little bit of a
reviews,
nice little sexy mouse, I'm saying. Okay, but it has an amazing purpose. This narrow bevel, the distance between here and here, this gives you such precision. The buttons up top, your most dexterous fingers to be able to switch things quickly. Very, very awesome mouse to use. If you can get your hands on one, I would get one. K55 for the keyboard, G300S for the mouse, or something equivalent. Okay, because it's less important to get the mouse. Very, very important to have the keyboard for these hotkeys. Make sense? If you get it, type me a 1 if you're having fun, 2 if you're new, 3 if you're here to troll me, and of course the UPS. Make sure you get that going for your hardware. We also talk about the layout. I think that your layout is important. Like, people overlook this. They always think, well, I want to make it work on my workspace. Stop being so obsessed with your own stuff, would you? Like, here's a thing for today. I've had to have some of these conversations with our own internal guys recently. Like, stop being obsessed with you. Okay, and I'm not saying come over here and be obsessed with me either. I want you to do what's best for you. Some people know better than you, right? There's a time in our lives where our parents know better. Sometimes there's time, but then all of a sudden we become grown-ups and we need somebody to kind of have our back and know a little bit more than us. And be willing to be humble to say, hey, somebody might know a better way. Okay, here's our 120-day program. The reason I break it up into 3 sets of 40, there's all kinds of details. We have videos on the 120-day program and why you should break it up into 3 sets of 40. The Bible, if you're a biblical scholar, you also know that the good Lord above breaks things into 40 days and 40 years and whatnot. Probably a good set of days or set of time opportunities, timing your trials in life. Okay, get yourself executing in 40-day chunks, I think is super helpful. And let's go to those workspaces. The way that you lay your charts out, it needs to be easy, simple, straightforward. Just like a gamer is going to come into their area and they need a good layout and setup. I think your workspaces are important. We have a lot set up for you. Again, you can debate that and you want to change it, fine. However, if you're struggling doing you, I always tell people, maybe try doing me. I mean, just give it a try. What do you got to lose? You got a lot to win. And chart layouts, I think, are important. Read from left to right, top down, and left to right. Tide wave, MACV filter, enter on large or small over on the Ripple charts with a hardware layout that looks like this. Now, you got to admit, this looks pretty cool. Does it not? And if it doesn't to you, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you got bad taste. Just kidding. Just kidding. But no, you probably have bad taste. All right. If you don't think coming up to a computer that's laid out like this looks cool or feels cool, you are missing out on life. Okay. This is important to sit at your desk and feel comfortable at your desk. Feel like you are in control. Also feel like it's a nice workspace, exciting workspace. You're coming up to it, not something that you dread. Come up to it and go, let me have the right tools, the right rules for attacking this seriously. When you want to get serious hardware, get serious about it. Get that 3 chart layout. This should be a 43-inch TV in the center, in my opinion. They're so cheap and inexpensive. They are the ones that Samsung and Toshiba and anybody prints the most, 43-inch. And it is also the human ideal sitting on your desk so that you can have the equivalent of 4 monitors. That's what we're showing here with this moving around in 4K. 4K means that each one of these is 1K, and put them together and you have all 4. It's equivalent of having 4 24-inch monitors in one panel, 1 HDMI or 1 DisplayPort cable to handle the front ones, and then 1 on the left, 1 on the right. I think it feels really nice. If you want to get really fancy, add another one over here on the left. Most modern video cards now will handle 4 ports, 4 monitors, very much maxing out the ideal to have the stuff that you need around you. You've got the MACV Ultimate that should be clear, Discord rooms that should be clear, your tools like the Tideway Visualizer, your trade tracker, and then you're probably going to have me live streaming alongside you, whether it's me or somebody else. You want to have those live streams available. We have a retail run strategy where you can actually follow some of these Muppets that are online. You know the ones. But hey, they give a lot of giveaways, so go over there, grab their giveaways, and then come use real tools instead of the nonsense that they're trying to get you to burn on a regular basis. The weekly optimized ranges, we talk about this on Sunday nights or Monday early morning. We put out the optimized ranges for you on Monday, and then you put those in. That's one of the few things you need to get set up each week and rock it out. All right. Let's see. Did I miss any questions? Can you give us a copy of your current workspace setup? Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and do another update. I put one out pretty recently. And, but yeah, I'll save today's workspace if you like. Again, that's going to be for premium members only. On the left-hand side of Discord, you go into the community workspaces section. Let me just kind of show you where that currently is. So if I go into our Discord, let's see, we'll leave the postmaster, and let's go back over to our ALGO box room over here. And if I type in hashtag community, there we go, community workspaces and templates. Let's pop in there. And let's see. Oh, thank you, Eddie. Eddie recently put in his. He does use the. He said he used the default 20. Although I'm looking at it, it looks like he's made some modifications. So I kind of knew. I thought he might have had a few changes in there. I do ask that if you guys are putting in your layout, that you include a screenshot of the whole workspace. Yeah, this does look like kind of the default 20. And then he's got his Mac VU. I was wondering where he was tucking in his Mac VU. He's got the Mac VU tucked in between the charts right there. Pretty cool layout there from Eddie. He is a rock star in our channel. He's been around here a long time, and he's putting up some big numbers there in the chat. Here's mine. I put this out on, yeah, less than a month ago here on the 27th. So I think mine's already there, Ross. I haven't made any changes recently. We have not had any updates to it. So if you want to grab this one, it's there on the 27th. Right there, and here's the XML 4K Vinny's live stream, and you can just download that, put it in your workspaces folder, and that'll be my layout. Of course, I have a slightly unique, but I do have I'm flanked on the right, and I've got one on the left. So yeah, but I do kind of tune mine to the live stream. I wouldn't necessarily have this layout if I wasn't doing live stream, but if you want to start and look through my settings or anything like that, you know, might be good to grab and then rearrange how you would like. But yeah, those are there. And yeah, there we go. Let's talk about our GPT. We have our own custom GPT. So if I go up here into the ask questions section, if you're like looking for this later, because I always like to teach you how to fish. Don't just fish for you. I go up here into my search box, and I'm like, I heard they have a GPT. Let me look for that. I'm just type in some kind of GPT. Yeah, this still is. Oh, we got to update our documentation on this. Answer guys fixed this a long time ago, but when you type GPT, that should come up. ALGO box GPT. It is so, I tell you what, it is so hard to find good help. Speaking of good help, we are hiring. So if you are interested in coming and working for our team, it's simple things like this that need to get fixed up, updated in our documentation. I know where it is. If I scroll all the way down here, it's in the links, worst place possible down here under links. But hey, you know, sometimes people just want to do their job and do it quickly, you know what I'm saying, pass on. It's hard to find those who care. If you care, and want to be part of our crew, I do ask for to be an enthusiastic member. I have some standards that I mean, we didn't become second to none for no reason. Okay, we are going to drive to be the best. ALGOBOX GPT, if you would like to ask it things, you know how it goes. This is custom trained on all of our content, so it's going to thoroughly answer your question as well as include the location where it got the information from, which can be helpful with the links. It can oftentimes make little diagrams and full. Don't substitute it for your own notes. I think you taking notes is going to lock it into your brain. I'm not here to try to make you spend more time on something. I want you to spend the least amount of time on things. However, I also want you to be good. I am here to make great traders. I want you to be your best. So I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Okay, but these will have links for you. You can also ask it for, hey, can you give me a video link on this topic? And it will send you video links as well. Custom GPT, I'll post a link to this in the chat box there as well, and you should find it in the description of this video. If you're in our Discord, if you type GPT, exclamation mark GPT, let's do that here in the Discord. Some of those commands that you might want to know along the way. And again, this is Mentorship Monday. We don't do this every live stream here, but on Mondays we do try to cover a little bit more of the, hey, where are things at? How do we get started? That type of stuff here on a Monday. Let's see, it's asking me to log into Discord here. 26426. Okay, so we do have various commands that you want to get familiar with. And one of those is exclamation mark GPT. Boom. There we go. So if you can't type search in our documentation and find what you're looking for, okay, come over here, just type exclamation mark GPT. I made this, can you tell? So there we go. Ask GPT, the whole link's going to be there. It's got some visuals to remind yourself of what that is. And there's our link to it. So it'll take you straight to our GPT there. So type exclamation mark GPT in the chat if you can't find it in our documentation. And but yes, we're hiring. If you are attentive to detail and you're excited about what we do here, we'd love to have you in the crew. Just include your resume, send it into a DM with me, and we've got some tech positions, graphics positions, social media positions, all the stuff that we run here on social media. You probably know the deal. And if you don't, well, maybe it's not for you. But if you kind of know, you know how it is with social media. We need to get the name out. We need to. This year we are on the. It's time to blow up. It's time to grow up. It's time to let people know that we exist. We're not gonna sit here and play the game like we're not the best anymore. We have been humble. We have humble bragged on occasion, but we've won multiple trading competitions against some of the tomfoolery that's out there. And yeah, if you want to help spread the word, I'd love to have you on the team. So rounding out here how we did there this morning, we got our, I think we had less than 5 trades. I think we're at 4. Let's see, what was our trade tracker here? Here's how it went there this morning. Yeah, about 4 trades there this morning. So through the 4 trades, we did 46.39 in Cyborg, and our bots did their work here this morning at 13:01 for the bots. And yeah, that's how the day squared up. Thanks for hanging out here with me. I'm not sure if we are going to be, no, I think our next live stream will be Friday. So we'll do a full auto Friday. Be working on getting that client portal out to you guys. Study up on the content. If you have questions, you can reach out. ChatGPT there, our ALGO GPT is going to be super helpful getting you training details and information. We have a lot of live streams for you to go through. If you want to see me execute on a lot of those, you can go through those. But our 8-day boot camp is important. I don't think I did hit on that. I do need to bring that over here one more time to get to the 8-day boot camp over here on the left in the starting section up top. Or if you're on our website, algoboxpro.com, you can click on training at the top of the website right now, 8-day bootcamp. That's where it currently is located, and it is free on me for right now. But once we get that behind the paywalls, there will be a charge to get on trials. We have had a lot of people coming over here and doing multiple machines and doing multiple 2-week free trials because they're using it on their mom's machine or spouse's machine, their work machine, and we have to kind of do away with that. So we do need a financial transaction going forward. It'll be a token amount. We'll also be doing some giveaways here. It'll give us an opportunity to, so even if the trader funding scenario. We aren't getting enough of those. Hey, that's okay. We'll have something to give away here when we do some live stream events with you guys. Thanks for hanging out here with me there this morning and putting up with my isms. Love you guys. I want you guys to trade well. And God bless you guys and your families. See you guys on Friday for sure. Maybe before that, but for sure on Friday. Thanks for hanging out. See ya.